So I want to talk about my friend's awakening with CAP. So my friend, he was living his life and he had more or less, he was not busy with spirituality. And then I met him and I wanted to, to guide him through some coaching. So I did some coaching exercises with him to heal his inner child, to heal his relationship with his parents. So we did that. And then we did 3 CAP sessions. And then we did another 3 CAP sessions. And then we did another CAP session. It was all in a space of a month. So it was 1 week we did Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then some weeks later, 3-4 weeks later, we did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, yeah. And then there was one other session before that. 6, 7, and yeah. And he was getting really frustrated because he felt, why am I not having the experiences that you have? He thought, I want to be like in that state of being almost like possessed, like where my energy is like dancing and I'm moving and I'm expressing. And his process was unfolding. There was sound coming out, there was movement coming out, there was a lot of things happening, but he was a bit impatient and he wanted what I was having, right? But I only started to have my experiences after 15, 16, 17 sessions. And so he didn't see that things were shifting, that things were like they were happening on their own. He thought that something needs to happen and it needs to be grandiose. It needs to be like, whoa. But I saw moments during a CAP demo where his body was like moving by itself, where his energy was dancing, or there was like sound coming out. And I knew he was not doing that because I know how he is. And I know how the energy acts because I've seen it with other people. So it was very clear that he, my friend, is not going to be lying there and all of a sudden start to raise his chest like this and then start to shake like that. Like, why would he do that? But he thought maybe it's my subconscious doing it. It's I don't understand it. And so then he was frustrated. And he was like, we had also done an inner dance session with him. And he was so fed up because he realized he's not gonna have the same experience as I have. His process is gonna be different than mine. And he wanted the result. He didn't necessarily want the process, he wanted the result. He wanted the thing. Spiritual high, spiritual experience. Or maybe I'm wrong, but that is how I interpret it. That is how I saw it. And so then he was so fed up with it and he was like, I'm gonna give up on this. I'm not gonna go to CAP anymore. Like, forget this. I'm done with it. And then I just said to him, just go into your heart and just say, if there is a God, I ask for his help now. If there is a God, I ask for his help now. If there is a God, I ask for his help now. And he did that. And then the next day, he started to listen to non-duality videos from Tony Parsons, from Jin Newman, because I told him, when you will have your awakening, the Kundalini awakening, there's 2 ways you can go. Either you use the Kundalini energy awakening, the awakening of the Kundalini energy, to chase states of consciousness, to chase peak experiences, mystical experiences, all that kind of stuff, to create a higher self, to create a better you, to have adventures, to experience, to explore. Or you focus on the truth, you focus on non-duality, and you allow the energy to integrate, to reintegrate. Because from the moment your Kundalini awakens till enlightenment, the energy, it needs like time and space to integrate the whole body so that the body is embodying your enlightenment, your awakening, your realization, right? So the energy needs to let's say, do a rewiring. What is now wired and conditioned needs to be rewired in from another perspective, because you are changing. You're not the same person anymore, because the person is seen as something from the past, and now the energy is awakened and alive. And so he wanted to do that. He wanted to chase the spiritual experiences, the peaks. But when it didn't work out, he was like, what the hell? I don't feel like it anyway. So he smoked some weed and he started to listen to non-duality videos for a full day straight. And then one day, next day, he called me and he was talking to me, and all of a sudden I sensed the way he was talking, there was a lightness to it. There was a spaciousness to it. And I realized something has shifted. Because before, when I heard him talk, he talked as a person with a heavy story, with a difficult life, with a difficult situation, and with his feelings. And all of a sudden now, he was talking in this free flow, like it was like water flowing. It's just free flow, and everything was so clear. And I never heard him so clear. And I was like, what happened? He's like, yeah, I was listening to the videos, and all of a sudden, there was like this shift. And I realized, like, wow, there's nothing appearing as everything. And the moment he realized that, he got disidentified with his me, with his ego, with his personality. And there was just, it was like his experience went from contracted to wholeness, to allness, to oneness. And he's been in that state ever since. And I'm so curious to see how it'll progress, because he has done like major steps. His biggest fear was his relationship with his parents. So what did he do when he was like in that liberated state? He went to his parents and he said, Dad, Mom, I'm not Muslim, I'm not a believer. He talked about spirituality. He was very open and clear about it with them. And they were of course shocked, and because they were losing their son. And I was like so amazed. I'm like, you just did that? And then I went to a Toastmaster event with him where you do public speaking, and he did it with me before, and I saw how nervous and difficult it was for him. And now he was different. It was all free flowing. It was easy. He was relaxed. There was still some nervousness, but it was different. It was completely different. And I just like realized, like, he just got lucky. It just happened for him. But the thing is, he was listening years to spiritual concepts from Eckhart Tolle, Adyashanti, Alan Watts, all kinds of teachers. But if you don't have a kundalini awakening, if you don't have life force energy being active, all your spirituality is mental. It's all mental. The moment you have the kundalini awakening, your experience begins to be energetic. And then the energy is there to make use of the process, to start processes. So it's alive. Your meditations become alive. Your feelings become alive. Your practices, all those things, they become alive. Your thoughts, your intellect, it all becomes alive. It's all streaming. It's like enhanced all of a sudden. It's like for the first time, you're really aware that it has like a power to it, an energy to it. And yeah, it's that fast how it happened for him. And I'm so happy for him, because now he will live. He will live fully for the first time in his life. And he will just keep on living. And I'm really honored to see his road. Now, I thought to myself, why am I still chasing these peaks and these highs? And he said to me, because you are getting these visions. You're hoping to create a higher self, a good self, a self who is peaceful, loving, creating all these kind of loving experiences and being nice with people. And I was like, I guess I am. guess I am. And he was like, yeah, but you have to go beyond that. It's beyond being a lower self or a higher self. It's about nothing appearing as everything. And I tried listening to some non-duality videos, and it's really scary. Like, honestly, if your kundalini is active and you listen to it, it's really scary, because the moment you hear how Tony Parsons deconstructs reality, or your experience of reality, and you hear how clear and sensible it is, you realize and you sense in yourself that there was something in you that was false, that was not real, and it falls away, and you feel a shedding. So during listening to the video, I paused because I felt like this sense of like, I'm almost like disappearing, like something's gonna happen. So I'm still resisting surrendering a little bit to that experience, but yeah, I wonder how it's gonna go, because I know once you're nothing appearing as everything, you have no choices anymore. Everything just happens spontaneously, but everything happens spontaneously. And now with me, there's still the sense of some kind of choice, some kind of intention, some kind of, I can decide to do something, I can choose to do something. And it's like the ego has found this hole, and it's holding up there, and it's shape-shifting. It's using the energy to shape-shift itself into this kind of thing, to this kind of thing, to this kind of thing. But yeah, it's that simple. Get some consciousness education, get your kundalini activated, and go into non-duality. If you follow that, the process is gonna happen. Well, it doesn't matter whether it happens or not, but once your energy is active, like, the energy will lead you where you need to go, and it will give you what you need to receive. So yeah, amazing. Like, I had never thought that in a matter of 2 months, this guy who I haven't seen for years is gonna be, yeah, free from himself, is gonna transcend himself, and yeah, just abide as beingness. It was inspirational.